When the Quarrymen first started, John Lennon was their leader and primary decision maker, but this changed shortly after Paul McCartney joined the band. Paul quickly offered a lot of value to the Quarrymen. He taught John and co-guitarist Eric Griffith how to tune a guitar and play proper chords. He had an ear and a taste for music that rivaled John's. And not only could he sing well, but he could also remember all the lyrics, something John struggled with his entire life. And it wasn't long before Paul became not quite equal to John, but far above all the others. Case in point, one of the first believers in the Quarrymen was a man named Charlie McBain, a local promoter who invited the Quarrymen to play several shows at the venues he owned. But at one point, McBain discovered a talented young singer named Jill Martin and suggested that the Quarrymen become her backing band. Now in the past, John sometimes would ask for opinions from the group, but would always come to the final decision on his own. But for this one, he likely would have just given an outright no, as this particular decision threatened his status as a frontman and no one else's opinion would have mattered. But Paul had become a second frontman, so his status would also be in jeopardy here. So this time, John wasn't acting alone. It was Charlie McBain versus John and Paul together. And the rest of the band simply sat back and were never asked for their thoughts. It was clear to everyone, including Colin Hanton, who shares the story in his book Prefab, that Paul was being elevated in the band in a way that none of the others had. Because this was the first time that any of the Quarrymen had had such a say in any big decision. Of course, Jill Martin never joined the band, not because John didn't want her in, but because he and Paul had quickly become a united front. And it would pretty much stay that way until the Beatles broke up. And hey, if you like my content and want to support me, the best way is by liking, commenting, sharing, and reposting my videos. You can find all my socials by checking the link in my bio. And please follow and subscribe for more history, reviews, and other bits of the Beatles.